Here we go. This one out of Scott Guston, a person that is so synonymous with Disney, even though he doesn't work for Disney, that they include the question, did you hear about this from Scott Guston on their social media survey?
Really? Wow, that's amazing.
Yes,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's got to be an honor. And he says he doesn't have special access, but man, he's really on it if he doesn't. So here we have the first look at Piston Peak there at Disney's Magic Kingdom, replacing the Rivers of America with what a name that is. If you look real close here, you can see the vestiges of that. That looks like Haunted Mansion to me. So I'm trying to tell here, is this a walkway that's over here next to the Haunted Mansion, or is this supposed to be a riverway? Vash, tell me how scared I need to be.
It's a walkway, not a riverway, unfortunately. It looks like new structures are being set up in place. A lot of people were wondering what exactly Disney was building over there next to the Haunted Mansion. It does look like it's going to be an extended queue area that's going to be repositioned just a little bit because, obviously they're going to have a lot of traffic in and around the old Liberty Bell dock there, which is staying, which is very, very interesting. But the mystery structure that everybody's kind of had questions about looks like, Jonas, restrooms.
Yeah, I was going to say this one over here. This one appears to be a restroom. Oh man, and you can see, this is like Back to the Future. Forgive me, this is not to scale. I actually do think this is to scale. You got Rapunzel's tower over here. You got a bathroom over here, and the difference here is that you're going to have to walk a long way around to get to this bathroom that's actually pretty close. And it's that's the Haunted Mansion queue right there. This right here is the bathroom. If you're looking for the bathroom, they're yet again giving you another direction that you can go from here.
That's the only water you're going to see in this whole thing. No, I'm joking.
Oh my. The other thing that we're seeing here is this appears to be single track, and it is a track. Unlike what we were seeing from the original four-wheeler footage back in the day, Vash, I think we all called it back in the day that four-wheelers are something that you can do literally anywhere in the state of Florida or other states as well. So why would someone pay a bunch of money to have the revolutionary experience of driving on a four-wheeler? Well, turns out you're not. You're getting in a track vehicle. It also is not trackless.
No, not trackless at all, which a lot of people were kind of concerned about because obviously you got that Florida weather right there. How is that going to work with a trackless vehicle exactly? We did see concepts from other theme park proprietors, or I should say people who work to facilitate some of these rides and so forth, right? These manufacturers. But it looks like they didn't go with that at all, and they didn't go with the test track system either, so no Radiator Springs racers here, which is not entirely surprising because this area is only about 4 acres, which is, I think, like a third of how large Cars Land is at Disney California Adventure. Obviously, you require speed for that ride, and, well, they didn't have any track in which to showcase in this very, very small footprint. So they went with something that was tracked, hopefully increases reliability right there. And, there's a lot of rock work, there's a lot of trees, but I don't know if that's going to substantially make this a thrilling attraction that people are going to book vacations for.
Right. Here's another angle for everyone here. This is the splashdown of Splash Mountain. They obviously left Splash Mountain off of here because there's no real reason to do that. But you'll have another mountain on the other side of the bridge. It's actually several bridges here. Is this a new one or no? This bridge already existed over there. This is kind of the cut through that goes to the parade route would be right along here. So, man, it's so fascinating getting reoriented on all of this. So let me ask you, because I've never been out to Disneyland, and there's always some hater out there that says you help run a theme park channel and you haven't been to Disneyland. I'm in God's country when I go. I go to Florida, the free state of Florida, even though a little less free since they destroyed our rivers of America. Sure. So Radiator Springs Racers is side by side, correct? Mm-hmm. So,
you mean like a track configuration or
2 tracks? Yeah, two tracks, right?
Yes, so it's singular track for most of the way, and then for the racing portion, it actually does split off, and that's when you get to race alongside somebody else, and that's where you see the outdoor portion, right, where the two tracks, they race along. But for a lot of that is actually a single track, which is very interesting.
So it's just a split off in portion. It looks like it's a great ride. I mean,
Hmm.
a lot of people say that that is probably the last great land that Disney put together. There's some argument for Galaxy's Edge, and it's going to be an argument if somebody says Galaxy's Edge is the greatest land that Disney has ever made.
I agree.
Uh, and Avengers Campus, still working on that one. Maybe it's going to have its DCA revival here. There are some maps that are coming through for Avengers Campus that maybe they will finally turn that into an actual land. And looking at this, yeah, it looks large, it looks grand. I hope this is actually what it is. Although I personally little bummed that Rivers of America is not going to be here. Yeah, there it is, the Haunted Mansion right there. It looks a little farther away from this angle. There is some level of waterway here,
Mm.
and where is she? There is one addition to this area that it's like Disney just couldn't help themselves. Also, is this going to be taller than Splash Mountain? Just throwing that one in there. Uh,
Mm.
where is she? The lady herself. Where is she? Right there. There's Miss
Uh,
Fritter right there. They
it's
had to
fritter
get
time.
the big lady with the shaved sides haircut and the nose ring. They had to make sure she got into the ride attraction there.
Of course.
Oh, Disney.
Oh man, it's really quite interesting that they would include a character like that because I didn't immediately recognize her. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, you're really putting out the greatest hits for this. I remember when,
Cars 3, yes. Cars 3,
yes,
which may have even made more money but doesn't have the same cultural footprint as anything that
yes,
is focused on Mater. So,
absolutely.
um, it- you
And
know,
back in the day, it was Mater's Junkyard Jamboree was the second attraction for Cars Land, right? Radiator Springs Racers over there at Disney California Adventure. But this time they're not going with the kind of swinging ride that obviously you would see with Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. You're going with something that's more akin to, I believe, Four Wheels Rally at Paris, which is interesting.
oh, okay. Four Wheels Rally, is that one where it's more like alien swirling saucers,
It's kind of like a spinning
like a
kind of
flat
thing.
ride, right?
It's flat ride, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Is it a flat
yeah.
ride where they say it's spinning, but it's more like you're in a trailer behind the vehicle and it's swaying back and forth to the left?
Mm-mm.
They've done
Mm-mm.
about 5 versions of that attraction.
Those are ride vehicles right there, and you can kind of see their design. It looks like they're hitched together, but they're actually not. They are actually separate entities, and there is a video from let's see, Planet Park, I do believe, who has
Yep. Credit to Planet Park for this. Please don't strike us. I am going to. Yep, there we go. I thought it was on 2x speed. Ooh, this is the grandparents sit out kind of ride. Yes. Yeah.
you can
It,
kind of see what they're going for.
yeah, which I think this kids love this kind of ride. Actually, believe it or not, this is the kind of ride that I believe Disney needs more of. So while I
Mhm.
am not crazy about Miss Fritter having more of an appearance, if it's a full Miss Fritter animatronic, yeah, that could be great. This is, a C ticket ride or a B ticket, whatever we want to call that. Disney needs more of those because they have a capacity issue. I don't think that Radiator Springs, wait, sorry, Piston Peak or whatever they're calling this Radiator Springs ish cars ride, that is not going to solve Disney's problems. Everything else around it might solve some of Disney's problems as far as capacity goes. So,
Right, and it does seem like this is geared towards a younger audience. Piston Peak in its entirety. Obviously, this ride even younger than maybe the off-road rally type ride that they actually have going around this Piston Peak area. So does that mean necessarily that Villains Land has more adult-oriented attractions? That's the hope, but we still have to wait on that. The other thing too about this Piston Peak what is it model that they've actually showed, a lot of it does like it, it leans on the fact that there's a bunch of trees everywhere, which is fine, but if you take the trees out, there's not a lot of substantial, I don't know, rock work or features that have been carved in here, structures and so forth. So in terms of how much this is all going to cost for Disney, it's actually kind of moderate the way I've been looking at it. I wouldn't imagine this, whole 4-acre Piston Peak area be much more than probably $200 million, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push back too hard on that because I'm not good at theme park budgets, but yeah, they're in a spot where they're either going to make Tiana's Bayou Adventure look teeny tiny, or they're going to build something that doesn't look very good next to Splash Mountain. I'm sorry, I got to call it Splash Mountain. I think that this will probably be a hit with the people who don't have the map of Disney World burned into their brains like some of us do. The kind of people who turn a corner and know intrinsically what should be there. I'm going to be interested to see what the sightlines are for the non-normies, the diehards. And I think that the people who just show up and don't actually know what's going on at the park, the people who show up like right now and are like, oh, they're changing things, I didn't know. The kind of people who just show up on default every year because Disney's a high profile tourist destination and they don't do their research, that are going right now and being shocked. Those are the people that are probably going to love Piston Peak the most. And eventually in 20 years, all we'll have is the memory of the people who go, oh yeah, it used to be like this. The kind of people that go to Disneyland and they see that river bell out there. I don't actually know. Is it called the Liberty Bell out at Disneyland?
No, it's the Mark Twain.
The Mark Twain. So if they see that out there, they'll get a taste of what Walt's Disney World would look like. But now they got something that goes ka-chow, and they do it as frequently as possible in order to get people into the gift shop. Well,
yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. I mean, obviously Liberty Bell and Tom Sawyer's Island, like you beautifully pointed out right there, you can't monetize that in the same way that you can new flashy ride, especially with the car theme and so forth. You can sell Lightning Lane, all kinds of stuff for it, and that's exactly why these things were done, right? It was to obviously reduce the upkeep and maintenance costs attached to an old Mississippi style steam wheeler back in the day, and Tom Sawyer's Island. Those things just cost us money. They didn't make us money, and so that's why they have substituted this out. This underutilized area they filled with this Piston Peak. And yeah, I mean, there are some things that are quite interesting here, but yeah, I'm seeing a moderate level of investment. You gotta understand too, if it's relying heavily on those trees, do you think they're going to put old growth trees in there? Probably not. They're probably going to be young saplings, so it's going to take a few years for it to look like you're seeing on the screen, if in fact they do go in this direction, which I guess we'll see when this thing opens up. But I don't know. Was it worth destroying? Like you said, the Rivers of America, Walt's original dream of having a kind of a paddle wheeler within his park and so forth. I don't think this has all been worth it. I think you could have built this in many different various locations, even including Magic Kingdom and Preserve the River. But this is the decision that they've made. We'll see if it all pays off.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.